And it is a beautiful Tuesday morning. Good morning to you. Sunshine's here with you. And again, I want to welcome you to stepping right on into the hot spot that is Sunshine's Corner. And as always, we've got a great show lined up for you. But you want to stop for a second and say to a couple of people that inbox me and to let me know that they record the show every single day so they can go back and watch it. Polly, thank you. I want to say to David, thank you. I want to say to all those, I may not remember all of your names, but I go in every night and I check my social media, and I really appreciate the fact of all the encouraging words that you're giving me to take this step and go a little bit further, because that's what we're going to do. And as you know now, you can always be a part of the show. All you've got to do, that number on the screen, 850-432-7768. You can text me, or you can call if you've got questions for the guests that we're going to be talking about today. And speaking of guests, I've got two great people in the studio with me today, and I want to say thank you guys for getting up early and coming down to talk with me. And first of all, we have Yolanda here with Affordable Housing. Hi, Yolanda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for getting up early. And of course, we've got Calvin with Culture Fest that's about to come up, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. Look, he said, yeah, he's happy about that. So as you can see, we got a lot to talk about today, because you know what? May is here. Today's the last of what? Last day of April, right?
Yes.
What was it? April showers, May flowers.
Yes.
And so look, and June hurricane.
Yeah.
But listen to this. First of all, I want to say thank you again for the both of you getting up early to come down so we can share this information with the community, so we can let them know that there are things going on and information they need that's going to better themselves. And but you know, Kevin, I was reading your email. I mean, like, I can see that it was so much in that email, right? But tell me about Culture Fest. Who did it? How did it start? Did you create it? And what is it all about?
Yeah, so Gulf Coast Culture Fest is really just a day to kind of bring the entire community out to celebrate and uplift each other.
Okay.
I started Culture Fest. The idea originally came together in 2020. We're in the midst of the pandemic. It was a lot of turmoil with the 2020
Yes,
election.
it was.
And then, sadly, the George Floyd protest was going on.
Oh my God!
And so,
you put chills on me then, yeah.
I know. And so I'm a photographer, so I was out in the midst of the protest taking pictures, and in the midst of just that, all the turmoil, I noticed the beauty of the whole community coming together and just sharing experiences. And I was just thinking to myself, I would love to have something like that in the city, but on a positive note.
Yes.
Right.
And so I was like, well, maybe I could just do an event. And the event ended up becoming Gulf Coast Culture Fest.
Get
That's
out.
beautiful.
Yeah.
In the midst of COVID, when everything was going crazy. Isn't that something?
That is
know.
beautiful.
But you know what? Look how God put that idea in your head, and you've taken this now. This is what year? The third?
The fourth
The
year.
fourth year, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
come on
you.
with it. Now, when it comes to the Culture Fest, now, Yolanda, because I heard you all talking out there, that she's been there, she's know what it's all about. But tell me what the day consists of, because you're going to do it on May the 11th.
Yeah, May the 11th. So it'll be Saturday, May 11th, Mother's Day weekend. And so it's a two-part festival. So during the daytime, we have a whole bunch of different forms of live entertainment, vendors, food trucks. And when I say various forms of live entertainment, in the past we've had everything from jazz bands to Korean fan dancers to belly dancers to
Oh, really?
Pensacola poetry comes
Did
out.
you
and
say
perform.
belly dancing?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Y'all come do a little move out there. And so, yeah, just everything that we can do is just kind of bring people out so they can just have different experiences. And then at nighttime, we do a local film festival called Films for the Culture Film Fest, where we showcase short films from different filmmakers around the Gulf Coast community.
Oh, wow.
All in Seville Square. So it's really just a day where we just kind of bringing everybody out to just kind of uplift and celebrate, everyone, just diversity and inclusive, just make it where everyone feels welcome.
Exactly.
beautiful.
Now you said a mouthful there. To make it, let everybody know it's not just one culture. Everybody come on out and have a great time, right?
Yes.
And you know what, Yolanda? You've experienced that, right? Been
Oh, yes. Gulf Coast Fest for me is fantastic. I love events. Everybody knows
we
that.
know that.
And for the culture to be brought together, and not only that, you give back by letting those people come with their short films to present their information to the public. It's beautiful, because community is what we're about.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now to jump with that, we're still talking about community. You're doing something for the community with affordable housing.
Yes. Well, I retired in 2011, but in 2009 I had this.
You did what? Did I hear her say retired?
Yeah, and 2011.
Yeah,
I mean, come on
I kind of
now.
worked multiple government
you
jobs.
12?
I worked at multiple government jobs at the same time, so I was able to get tenure in.
Oh, that's great.
And
Ow.
yeah, I was a workaholic.
She still is.
But short story, long story short, then I started my homeless for housing project. And my project was not just to have temporary housing, but I want people to have home ownership.
Right.
I don't want to put them somewhere and they have to move in a week or 3 weeks. But we've went from daily rentals for emergency housing for like domestic violence and
Really?
people in divorce situations, people who lost their jobs and are outtrodden, but they only have a little money left, to now being able to now sell the houses affordable, and one sale of one house is catapulting into to 3 houses being built. So,
Really?
and now we're trying to catapult even further with the larger houses we're building that not only will be able to buy, not only just buying 3, building 3, but we're buying more properties to build more. With the same,
wow.
so the funding is going back, and not only that, we're giving back to the Warrenton Youth Association and to Ladarian Clarity Scholarship Foundation.
Right.
So everything we do pours back into
LD.
another entity. Yes,
Yeah.
my little brother, cousin, LD.
I love LD.
So everything pours back into, like what you do with the short stories. I don't believe that one thing is going to solve our situation with
Right.
housing.
No.
And I think that we have enough food being given away and not enough keys.
Say that again.
We have enough food being given away, but not enough keys. I think if we take one meal that we're giving to a family, let's say you went out to dinner,
Right.
you know it's going to be $50.
Absolutely.
If we took one $50, we could put somebody in a hotel room.
I got you.
If the 2 of us go, we've put a family that the wife might have just got beat by her husband. She needs somewhere to go, but she has to stay because she can't afford a hotel room.
Oh, my God.
And she winds up in her car with her kids.
Okay.
Or even a divorce,
So
divorced
does a
man.
lot of that go on?
Too much. Too much. I worked with Caleb also with Huts for our family and helped build
Yeah, because
some
he
huts.
was building those little huts, right?
Yeah. I wound up on the scene volunteering, and then he threw me head of the project. But
Right.
just because I have a creative mind. My mind doesn't think, like you said, outside the box. It doesn't think that just because this is a cup, that's all it can be.
Exactly.
Like you. Just because you are on the ready doesn't mean you can't be TV.
I got you.
Doesn't mean that you can't be queen of something.
Right.
I think that we put too many limitations on what we are doing that we can't see what we can be doing.
Absolutely. That's a mouthful right there.
Yeah.
So listen up, everybody. Now, if you want to be a part of this conversation, 850-432-7768, you can call us or text us at that same number. Because when you talk about how people, I often encourage people, go ahead and get your house.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
buy your house.
Yes.
You're making somebody so rich.
Ownership is key.
Hello. I mean, because you're making somebody so rich with that key. Don't get me wrong. Now, I used to live in an apartment.
Of course.
Thought I was on because I was living in another apartment. But now that I am a homeowner, you know, and I learned the trait behind that. And I thank you for, I hear what you're doing. You're reaching out with people who've been in domestic violence. You're going in a lot of areas, a lot of things that you're doing. And then when you're talking about with the film festival thing that you do, how does that work? That film thing you do at night?
Yeah. So I just have open calls, so I allow different filmmakers to come and submit their films. So background info, I'm a filmmaker, and I did not start I have no education or anything in filmmaker. I just one day was like, I like movies, I want to make it.
Wow.
And so it was a festival in Mobile that just allowed new filmmakers to submit their films, and the joy I got from just submitting my film and being able to see it showcased, I want to allow and afford other filmmakers that opportunity as well.
Yeah.
Really?
And so I just kind of brought that component in as Culture Fest. So not only are filmmakers able to showcase their films, but the whole community can come and witness it and kind of uplift different filmmakers as well.
Give me some ideas of some things that have been featured. Just give me. Okay, can I do one? I'll be out there, with my exercise class.
Yeah. You can. You talking about as far as the Culture Fest?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, so talking about entertainment?
Right.
Yeah, so some of the entertainment, like I said, for what I talked about this year, we're starting off with Yoga in the Park. Yoga Row is going.
Oh, my girl.
Yeah. She's gonna open it up. She's gonna do Yoga in the Park. We have Pensacola Opera who's gonna come out. We partner with them. They're gonna do their open al fresco concert in the park this year. We have the belly dancers back. We have an R&B singer G who's gonna come out and do a performance.
Who?
G? Yeah.
What do you sing?
Blues?
His
R&B?
blues, R&B. He said he has a mix of genres, so I didn't tell him to give me too much detail because I myself want to be surprised.
We won't be surprised.
Yeah. And then we have Dixon School of Arts. Their Dixon dancers are coming out and performing.
Good.
And yeah, we have just a plethora, just a whole bunch of
That's
variety of entertainment.
That sounds really good because it sounds like you're also meeting all the age groups also, which I think is very important in this community. So many people get left out.
Yeah, because that's why I said, like, for over the course of years, we always try to think of, like, how we can, you know, we don't want one type of entertainment. So, like, how we can kind of reach the masses and kind of get and bring everybody out. So, like, you may come for, you know, the opera, but while you're there operating for the opera, you see, like, the hip hop or, you know, like, so you're being exposed to different things that you might not normally have in your own comfort been exposed to.
I got you.
And be able to share that experience with others.
That's wonderful. Opera.
Yeah.
I can't sing, okay? But what I'm saying is, though, that's wonderful. Now, if a person, is it too late for anybody to be a part of it?
So no, we still have a few slots open. So if anyone is available or wanted to come out and participate, even as entertainment or a vendor, you could go to our website, GulfCoastCultureFest.com. We have our vendor and sponsors too. It's not too late to sponsor. We can always use that help. Go to our website at GulfCoastCultureFest.com or find us on Facebook or Instagram under the same name.
Really? Now, how did you decide where you're going to hold it? I mean, what when you just say
Seville Square, I just love that area. For me, I'm from the South, originally from Alabama, so it just
what part of Alabama?
From Troy, Alabama.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay,
watch out now.
all right.
Alabama in the house.
Yeah, and so Seville Square, just with the trees and just the atmosphere overall, it just has like an intimate, just southern atmosphere for me that I really like. And I just think it just kind of like adds to the feel of the festival.
Really? I want to commend you on doing this and sticking with it because I know putting a festival, that's got to be a lot of work. And the more you get close to it, I'm sure it's even, you don't get no sleep.
Oh, no.
So look, if you want to be a part of this festival, you can still do it by calling. You can call and talk to Calvin here today.
Come on.
Ask him a question how to do anything. You want to be a ballet dancer? You can do that too. Although we have the belly dancers, right?
Yeah.
I'm stuck on them belly dancers.
Yeah, you got to come on out.
No, I don't think I will do that. But 850-432-7768. Now you can text or call that number. Please, and let's get involved and ask questions. The only question that's crazy is the one that's not asked. I'll say that forever. And I commend you on what you're doing because you went from a sad situation, a horrible situation that we were dealing with at the time when you brought this together. Now look at how you're crossing the boundaries and bringing people together on another level. You know, to enjoy. And the Culture Fest, I think that's great.
Thank you.
It's for everybody. It's everybody. Now, I mean, with you, what you're doing, Yolanda, how do people get in touch with you if they have a loved one or if it's somebody dealing with something that needs help and not knowing what to do? If there's a person who's in a situation that's afraid, let's say a domestic situation that's going on, what would they do to be undercover so that it wouldn't get even worse, but yet they do want affordable housing?
I have a Facebook page that's called Molested, Raped, and Domestic Violence.
Really?
And it is only by invitation. I mean, once you can request to come in, and I am the only person that can see that information. So it's very concrete. My phone number is very public, even though it has changed.
I know the feeling.
850-824-9728. And my if you are at the purchase level, 850-341-1101. That's the MDM investment group for the purchasing home. But ours started off kind of in the same situation because my house got smushed in the storm and I was in it.
Oh, I remember that.
That's why I have notes, because I have memory stuff now.
I remember that.
Yes. And so before that, it was already in my heart to help people who are in need and downtrodden, and I was already had my thrift store, Miss Yolanda's Mission. So everything kind of is an umbrella
If you
under
don't
Mission.
mind, tell her about the story about when you were in the storm and how you were trapped in your home.
Yeah, I was on the phone.
That was Sally, right?
Yes, Hurricane Sally, and that's what catapulted my love to help further, because my last phone call was 4:30 in the morning. Everybody was already concerned about me because living alone, you know, people get concerned. And I got off the phone at 4:30. Next thing I know, all I know is by 9 o'clock in the morning, I was trying to bust out of my own house in some simple clothing. We'll keep it family friendly. And I didn't have my phone because my phone had been crushed under the wall and outside the house where my pillow and nightstand were. And my friend brought me back hours later for my neighbor's grandson to find my phone out in the rain where my head was.
What a blessing.
And even the fireman said he doesn't understand how I got out because the steps were higher than the door, but yet the door was open.
But God.
Hello?
But God.
And and a bottle of water from my friend Marie, who had passed, who gave me my first job when I was 11. Because back then it wasn't too young to be working.
Absolutely.
But she passed a year before, and a bottle of water from Joe Morris Funeral Home was on the dresser.
From Joe
I still
Morris?
have it. I picked it up yesterday.
Oh,
David, do you hear that?
Yes, David.
We have a phone call.
Oh, good.
Let's see what this call is going to be about. Let's go here. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning? I was just calling in reference for a question for Calvin about the Cultural Fest.
Good.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. What about, how are you doing this morning, guys?
We're
Doing
listening
well.
to you. Go ahead and ask your question. We're listening.
Yes, I wanted to know
They're watching the TV.
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Okay,
far
now don't
as,
watch the TV now. Don't watch the TV. Just go ahead and ask your question. You're trying to do the TV and that too. You can't do that. It's going to confuse you.
No, I'm not. You're right. I can't do that. But as far as vendors in the event, yes. How would I go about becoming a vendor?
Yes. So if you go to our website on GulfCoastCultureFest.com, at the top of the tab, you'll see a tab that says sponsors and vendors. They'll take you straight to our registration form. And so you just fill out the registration form. There are vendor registration fees attached to it, but it'll take you to a portal where you can make that payment. And once you do that, we'll send you a confirmation email, and you're in there.
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Hey, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right, thank you now. All righty. Everybody, I tell you what, wow, you see, now, if you want to be a part of this conversation, you want to be a part of all of this that's going on. Thank you, Chris. You can hang up now, darling. I don't want to hang it up, because after I hang it up, it's going to mess it up, right? Okay. Chris is still there. All right, thank you, Chris. All right, bye-bye. We're going to be right back. Let's step out for break right now, okay? Right here on Blab TV.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services is a one-stop shop because you can come get your windshield replaced, and right behind that replacement at the same appointment, we will calibrate the cameras, and when you leave, everything's ready to go. There's no need to go to the dealership, or there's no need to come back for another appointment. We just take care of it at one time. We put the customer first, and we strive to do everything right the first time.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services, your one-stop shop with same-day service.
Animal Allies is looking for volunteers, and there are many ways that you can help. From taking care of cats to using your computer and social media skills, any and all assistance is greatly appreciated. We have morning and afternoon shifts every day or help at adoption events. You can even foster a kitty at home. And it counts towards community service hours for bright futures. Find Animal Allies Florida on Facebook and Instagram or go to aaflorida.org/volunteer.
And welcome back to the Hot Spot. You know, I call it the Hot Spot because that's what it is. We're all about information and keeping our community up on what's happening in and around the area. And I want to say to Chris Yelder, who called, thank you, Chris. He was listening to yourself and talking to me on the phone at the same time. I've done that before too, Chris. That's all good. But look, if you want to be a part of the show, you can do it as well. 850-432-7768. Text or call. We'll gladly get it on. Now I want to go back to Yolanda. And I mean, like, because Calvin and I were both amazed on the fact that how a blessing it was that the house crashed on you.
Crushed on me. And I tell people, God, the solid wood furniture, and the bottled water. My friend Marie Riley, who gave me my first job ever at the age of 11, she passed away about 2 weeks before this. And I had the bottled water from the funeral on the dresser. That bottled water got smushed. It is not busted. I still have that same bottled water in my house now.
So, baby, you got some good water, man.
and people say no, and they can't believe when you saw the house. My mom didn't realize how bad it was until I took her to the house. I literally was smushed in the house. But God. I mean, they say I got 17 lives now, but from that I had to fight, and that's one of the reasons why it helps me to fight for others, is because the paperwork that was involved with just getting my life back. Basically, the homeless people I'd been helping, I became
one of them. I got you.
I became homeless instantly. Thank God there was a little cushion in the bank that helped me live for a little while, but even then the paperwork through FEMA and Red Cross and insurance, that stuff takes time, so you have to be prepared, and most people are not prepared
for that.
And so what that taught me was to try to help people be more prepared and having their stuff situated so that they would be able to help themselves even in homelessness.
So that's what you're doing now with the affordable housing.
Yes.
That's powerful. I mean, because, you know, if a person goes through something, they learn something. I look at this and I look at the both of you. You started yours because of what you saw going on with COVID and, of course, with George Floyd. Then you find out when you were caught and trapped in a house from a hurricane, and Sally didn't play.
No.
Okay? To get you where you are today. And I say we can go through situations. We never know where God has taken us, but the fact of it is you got to hold on to your faith.
Yes.
You know, and look at it today. Look what you put together today. And I think that's amazing because that's a big thing downtown. At Seville Square.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
And then look at the lives that you're touching, Yolanda.
Yes. The money from that accident or the hurricane occurrence, literally part of that money bought the first property where the first affordable house went.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
And so now that money not only paid for that land, but it now has catapulted my little brother to be able to have something to do after his son's passing, and we give back to the scholarship from that. The Warrenton Youth Association has gotten donations from that, so it helps with further youth, the scholarships of the college people, and then housing for the adults and elderly.
But I see LD, I call him LD.
Yeah.
Hey, LD.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot.
Yes.
He's building as well.
Yes. He's my cousin, but they have called me sister because I'm older and I was their babysitter when small. And he and my cousin Jerry were the first two people who worked for me years ago in my landscaping company.
Come on.
And so literally the work ethic he has now, or has always had, I should say, I see the blood in him. And when I say that, blood, sweat, and tears, we would say, it's he will give you the shirt off his back. And I think that we've lost that. You know, we've lost that mentality that just because you have a pair of shoes doesn't mean you laugh at the man that doesn't have a pair of shoes. You have to
You never know where it can be. It can take you right back to it.
I call it overflow.
Come
I say
on.
we're never giving anything extra.
That's right.
Except to give it away.
Exactly, exactly. Well, you know what? I can't say anything but that, wow, I commend the both of you for what you've taken and what you're doing, And you know, I'm all about the community when I was reading up on with the Culture Fest. And it's bringing people together. And that's going to be downtown. I'm pretty sure there's a great crossover.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
A great crossover. And that's a great thing because we want to bring all the communities together.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? When we bring the community together, that we show that, hey, look, I mean, it's all about love. And love has no color. So we can do the same thing, you know, show love and uplift each other, you know, doing the Culture Fest, finding somebody a home. And, you know, when you put it out there, you find out, just like with Chris, who just called, want to be a part of it. So we're giving you the opportunity to be a part of some great things that's coming up. So don't fret. 850-432-7768. Text or call if you've got questions on how you, especially with this affordable housing.
Yes.
Do you need people to help with that?
Yes, we want to continue, and like I said, it's the MDM investment group, and we haven't really pitched it out to a lot of people because sometimes,
of course, of course,
sometimes you have to be inclusive, and I'm a very inclusive person, but you also have to be careful that you don't let so many entities and so many ideas come in to ruin the substance of what you started.
Exactly.
Because you got to start on a solid foundation, but you got to stay on a solid foundation. And with that, we always need help. I tell people, a person that says they don't need help.
Something wrong with that picture.
So I think we were really put here to help each other and to love each other. And if you love somebody, you would never want to see them homeless, especially not coming out of a divorce situation, domestic violence, or even losing their jobs. And most people say, oh, most homeless people are on drugs. Well, that's because they can't get their medical care any longer. So then they wind up on street drugs to try to get themselves out of pain.
Oh my God, that was powerful.
It was.
Because, you know, we did a thing back here. You know how I always take stuff out for the kids. We had and I'll say this because I can attest to what you're saying, because there are so many people that you wouldn't think that's affected that way. We had an event, we had some food left over. And I said, come on, let's get in the truck and let's take and give it to the homeless, right? I went down to the bridge right at 17th, right there before you go across. Was that Bayview?
Yes.
People came from places I didn't know they were there. But there was a gentleman I'll never forget. He said, just don't call my name. But there were so many, the things that he told me that he went through to be where he is, that could happen to anybody.
Happened to me.
It can happen to anybody.
Storm.
Okay?
Done.
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. So therefore, when you see that you can extend a helping hand, don't just do it like this. Open up and let it out, you know? Because that way you're helping somebody who's in need. You don't know what caused them to be there at that situation where they are. And I keep hearing this when you say domestic violence. That is such a thing that we need help with anyway. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
I remember with my children's father, I was in a domestic violence situation, and we were in Kansas. And I went to batter's wife's home for 4 months. Nobody in my family knew I was there because I was ashamed.
Don't be ashamed.
No, don't be ashamed. More women have been there than you think. Don't feel like you're alone. There's more people, men and women, affected than you think.
So you think men be in the...
Oh my God, yes, I talk to a lot of men, especially that have been in situations when they were younger and mishandled. And
okay, you said, I'm saying, don't take this so long. No, I mean, they have been looking at me right. Okay. But what I'm saying is that men go through domestic, it's on the man part?
Yes.
The woman is given the beat?
And Calvin sitting here, I'll say this, he seems like a very humble young man. And sometimes humble men will get with a alpha woman who's strong and independent like myself. And some women don't.
I'm just laughing at her. Okay? I'm not laughing at sister, I'm laughing at her.
Some strong women don't know how to submit to a humble man. And then they'll want to override him when he doesn't talk right or doesn't say the right things, and they can become physical because that's what they were taught or saw in their livelihood. That's why I don't condone families staying together if there's abuse and domestic violence, because it affects the children.
Right.
And then the children affect the next generation and the next generation. And it's generational curses that we continue to have.
Do you find that men are more embarrassed
to
admit that they've been into battered situation?
Definitely. We had one man we housed that, and he was a renter though, even though that's another level we do. We housed him for a long time. Nobody knew where he was because there's safety in not knowing. That's why places like the Favorite House and things like that have to exist, because if a woman or a man is in domestic violence, they need safety. That's the first thing. Most people want security. That's the first thing. That's the thing about home ownership, security.
Right.
It's all about security, and security brings you peace.
Right.
And that's worth $1 million, baby girl.
Oh,
$1 million.
man.
Why? It's funny, like I'm smiling at you. So, my background is in filmmaking, and one of my first short films was about domestic violence, but I did it from a perspective of the man being
being the victim.
Yeah. It's
Really?
called Fragrance and Misconception, and because I wanted to like highlight it was during the time of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I wanted to highlight domestic violence, but I wanted to kind of like change the perspective of it. And and so it was that's what it centered around, and that's.
And I think some women think, not cutting across, I think some women think, oh no, he's the man, no, he's going to be the one that's strong, he's not going to, that he's not going to be one, but I've seen it on Law and Order. I'm a Law and Order fan, okay? I mean, no, I mean, but it's real though.
Yeah, it's very real.
I mean, especially Special Victims Unit.
Yes.
That's my favorite show. But they talk about everything with it, and I've seen whereas men are the victims, and they can be really hurt.
Really hurt, and we are affecting the men of our future even the more.
Right.
We think that history in the past has affected our men, but our history we're making now is affecting our men also. We say there's no good men out there, but if we're not building them up, we're tearing them down.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll save this when we come back. No, because I can go on all day and all day and all day because this is powerful information. We've got Flo Anthony going to give us a little gossip on the go, talk about that Hollywood stuff, because she may tell us something also. She has some stuff coming up. We'll be right back after Flo Anthony with Gossip on the Go right here with Sunshine's Corner on Blab TV.
Hey, this is Gossip on the Go with Flo. Well, one of my favorite actresses, Vivica A. Fox, says she's single and ready to mingle. Now, last week, Vivica appeared on Today with Hoda and Jenna, where she told the host, I'm wanting to date. It's just limited resources out there, right? Because I'm not getting on an app. She means a dating app. I'm old-fashioned. Now, the 59-year-old actress says she is looking for a partner, someone who's not intimidated by who and what she is, and that understands she likes to travel and is going to let her go shopping. Very important, Vivica, the shopping. Now, Viv, who's currently starring in Not Another Church Movie and all of her The Wrong movies on Lifetime, says she is taking applications. Grammy Award-winning songstress / actress turned Broadway play producer Candy Burris says her recent exit from The Real Housewives of Atlanta after 309 episodes was liberating. Appearing on Sirius XM's Andy Cohen live satellite radio show, Candy said, right now I feel free. I feel totally free, actually. But she added that former castmate Cynthia Bailey told her that she's not going to feel it until the next season of the show starts airing. And she says, oh man, I'm not on there with them. Now, Candy, who is very busy working on multiple projects, says she won't feel bad about her decision. Lawrence Fishburne is starring as Doc Rivers in the upcoming FX limited series Clipped, about the NBA player turned coach's experience with ousted LA Clippers owner Donald Sterling. Now, the series is going to air on Hulu. Ed O'Neill will play the disgraced billionaire Sterling, while Cleopatra Coleman also stars as Sterling's black personal assistant / mistress, V. Cibiano, who wore those visors, drove a red Ferrari, and is the one who actually released the tapes with all of his racist remarks on them that got him banned from the NBA and arenas for life. Me, personally, I still think that V. Cibiano is one bad to the bone chick. This has been Flo Anthony with Gossip on the Go. Check me out on Instagram at Flo_author and at X at Banana Nose Kid.
Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel, for all of your menswear needs.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I wanted to tell you more about our Powertrain Warranty Forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the Powertrain Warranty Forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with the Powertrain Warranty Forever at Icon Automotive.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m., hosted by Sergeant Melanie Peterson and David Craig. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
Hi, my name is Brett McCabe. This is my wife Tanya, and we're the owners of Pensacola AC and Auto Service Center.
From the moment you walk in the door, we are here to take care of you. Honesty and excellence are the standard of our team. Our goal is to give you peace of mind from oil changes to AC repair. All of our repairs come with a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. We have a clean, welcoming waiting room with free Wi-Fi. When you leave here, you will have peace of mind. Come visit us and experience auto repair from people who care.
And of course, we are back to the hot spot that is Sunshine's Corner, getting a wealth of information today. Because, I mean, from affordable housing, from how it stems to get people that need it, and of course, for the big Culture Fest that's coming up in May. And I mean, it is absolutely amazing. And you want people to know that they can yet be a part, they can get in, right?
That's true, that's true. So if you are interested, or if you are a vendor and know someone who's a vendor, please come out, go to our website, GulfCoastCultureFest.com. We would love to have you, no matter if you sell clothing, jewelry, candles, whatever you have. Just come on, be a vendor, go to our tab on our website, fill out our registration form, and you are there.
Go check them out. You are there. You have to work. So they're seeking those vendors now. Look, it sounds like a festive day that's going on because you have it lined up all day long, different activities to keep everybody intrigued.
Yeah, so
go ahead.
We go from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So it literally is an all-day event. So like I said, it's a two-part event. During the daytime from about 10 to 7, we have a whole bunch of different forms of live entertainment, vendors, food trucks of all different kinds. And then we go straight in from that to Film for the Culture Film Fest, which is going to showcase local films from different filmmakers across the Gulf Coast community.
So do you get a lot of filmmakers coming?
Yeah, so I had 15 submissions this year. We'll only be showing 11 because of the time restraint. So yeah, I mean, and
how long are they?
So they range from about 5 minutes to about 20 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just a variety of.
Really? Give me some ideas of what they do. I mean, give me one.
Yeah, so I mean, we have everything from suspense. We have romantic comedies. We have well, not this year, but in the past we had like a documentary about the Gulf Coast. I mean, from all types of just different genres. We have a horror one, I think.
A horror movie?
Yeah.
I'll do horror movies.
Not too scary, but yeah, I mean, so no matter what kind of genre you are, it's something there for you.
Really?
Yeah.
So they have their own little actors in it doing all the little stuff like in the horror movie, like Jason.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised. Like, you know, most people, when you think about movies, you think about bigger places like LA or Atlanta. It's so much talent here in the Gulf Coast.
Now, I'm going to tap you with that one because I tell you, when I first got here, I did not realize singing, dancing, how many stars left Pensacola and really made it successfully. I mean, with to Roy Jones. Oh, Roy gonna be on the show because he got a book. He and Alpha got a book. But just the things like that with Justin Gatlin, the fastest man in the world. I mean, Emmitt Smith, football player with the Dolphins.
That's true.
I mean, come on, look at that. And the list goes on and on. And now you, Calvin, with the Gulf Coast what?
Culture Fest.
Come on.
And he looks young. How old are you?
So I'm 32.
Oh, he said, oh, look, he said that easy. Oh, come on. I'm only 26.
You know.
And I ask that because it's good to see young men, especially of color. And, you know, with the cultural fest, you're crossing boundaries of nationalities, race, and culture to display different diversity in music, acting, and such. And that's just food. Oh my goodness, don't talk about food. I like to eat. So, but I am very, very proud of you because I know as a young man it's hard anywhere, let alone Pensacola, as far as doing something culturally, and to bring people together in this town
now
and
you
continue something is beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Keep it up. I mean, I commend you for that because I love to see us coming together. And what you're doing too, Yolanda, I can only say, man, that's huge.
Yeah.
Because we're talking, we're laughing, but it's so many people that's going through situations that we don't even know about. Some people won't share. You could be talking to a person that got a big smile on their face, but you never know what they're dealing with.
They say those are the ones who go through it the most.
Yes. Yes.
Say it again.
Yes.
I mean, but you know how it stemmed from you being trapped.
Yes.
Now to get people untrapped.
Yes.
To take them to a level they can own their own home.
Yes, the money that came in, part of the money that came in from my insurance, I used it to then buy the property, to purchase the first land, then put the first home to be able to catapult multiple homes now being purchased in land.
But you look at that though, not cutting across you. You took your devastation,
seed,
took what was given to you to get yourself back. Then you turn around, you put it in the community to help somebody else. You know that's a plan.
Yes.
That's a plan from him.
Yes. And you know, and even the devastation of my little brother with LD, his son passing.
Exactly.
Then we saw that as another level because then he was already working with the Warrenton Youth Association.
Always have.
But then I knew we needed to have something to keep him busier. He's busy enough.
Certainly.
But the land and housing building has been a catapult. And silly enough, the part that got me more into building was once I was injured and couldn't do my normal work, I went to actually work for a temp agency and wound up at Studer helping build in the Studer Center.
Oh, you have that?
Yes.
Let me cross
and
that
then
over.
that's what
Man, you've done a little bit of everything.
So that's what took me back further into independently doing, because before it was always I was thinking I was too small to do it by myself.
Right.
But then seeing other people looking at me in the area of authority or leadership and trusting me with so much, then I said, Lord, if you can trust me with the little things, I will.
He can trust you with the bigger things.
You know,
and look where you are now. You helping build houses
Yeah.
for those who are in need.
Yeah.
You helping people that's going through things that nobody knows that they're dealing with, and that's a big plus right there within itself. And all I can say is congratulations on what you're doing. Don't stop.
Thank you. You don't stop. But yeah, I would say if you think you're out there alone, never alone. Never, never alone. The people you least expect have probably been in your shoes, walked in your shoes, and are still running out of your shoes.
Exactly. Well, then what I want you to do is really, like you looked in that camera just saying, look in that camera and tell everybody for what you do. Don't be shy. They can call you. It's kept confidential if they need help.
Yes.
Be it at home, domestic violence or whatever.
Yes. No matter what time of night, no matter what day of the week, my phone is always available. If I don't answer then, I will get right back to you. Yolanda Jackson Ortiz. I have several Facebook pages, but my incognito page is Molested, Raped, and Domestic Violence. My telephone number is 850-824-9728. That is my personal and what the world would call business, ministry, mission number. Because I don't want to separate you thinking it's all about business from the care of you who thinks that you can't be cared for. And I never want anybody to feel like they're in need or without. I've been there, not by choice, by force. And we make wrong decisions even, and it'll take us there. In domestic violence, in molestation, in rape, or in a storm or
amen that you got through. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I tell you, it's amazing what the both of you are doing. I just want to commend you to keep going. And I'm so glad that you reached out to me by email, because I mean, he wrote me a page.
Yeah. So you're a writer too.
Yeah, I am. That's my background, really. My background is in journalism. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Good.
I got my undergraduate degree in broadcast journalism, and then I went back and got my master's degree in strategic communications. So,
nice.
It's working for me.
So what college did you attend?
So I went to Troy University.
Oh, hey.
I'm going to go Trojans.
ASU, baby.
Well, my movie's coming out soon.
Oh.
I can't tell all the details yet.
You see, she's got to live it out.
But I'm going to need you, because of what you said. One of your first excerpts was about men in domestic violence. Like we were saying before, most people don't realize how many men have been affected by molestation or domestic violence, and they have been. Don't think that they're macho, their ego. Sometimes those strongest men are the ones that have been hurt the most, because they put up this wall, this exterior, like you said.
And it does not always have to be a physical, right?
No. And in fact, most people don't realize that abuse can be somebody just telling you you're less than, you're not worthy of something, you're fat, you're too skinny, you're ugly. God didn't make anything ugly.
Oh, God, amen. She shut a mouthful. But listen, I tell you, when it comes like this, don't forget that you can call us up at 850-432-7768, or you can text us so that you can talk to the guest today. We'll be right back with more of the Hot Spot, Sunshine's Corner, right here on Blab TV.
I just remembered it's election day. Are you going to vote?
I don't know. I don't think I'll have time today.
Millions of eligible voters in America never make it to the polls or even register to vote. When you don't vote, you're letting other people make decisions for you and pick the things your taxes will pay for. Voting is more than a civic duty. It gives you a voice about the priorities and the future of your community and our nation. Voting gives you a seat at the table.
Do you want to create but don't know where to start? Our new fabric line will inspire you. If you can dream it, we can help you make it. From using kits that include everything you would need, to taking classes to create something more personalized, Daryl's is the place for you. No matter if you're just beginning or experienced, Daryl's has you covered. Find us at 6705 North Davis Highway. Open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's Ear, Nose, Throat, and Voice Center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference.
Hello, my name is Eric, and this was my first visit to Little John's. The selection, the pricing here, and the customer service were outstanding. I would definitely recommend. The staff was very friendly, and they'll get you what you need.
Hi, this is John with Little John's Big and Tall here in Pensacola, Florida at 5700 North Davis Highway. Check us out at littlejohnsbigandtall.com, where we can take care of you with extra large up to 14X and large tall to 6X tall.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner on this Tuesday. Well, listen at this. We were talking off camera, and I tell you, David even had to say, look, save it, because we were really getting deep into that conversation. And the conversation was, we were touching on was how many people right now that even do not have any place to call home, so they live in their vehicles?
Yes. We have so many people living in vehicles, and I know everybody says we want them off the streets. But feeding people does not get them off the streets.
Right.
We have to find housing and permanent housing. These temporary hotels or facilities temporarily, they're fine, but most of those agencies, most people don't know, will house you for 1 week, 4 months. Tell me how many of you could lose your job, find a job with children, and be able to afford to move into someplace in 1 week or 4 months. Not at all.
So you're saying that's all the time they get when they go through the situation? They get 1 week?
Yes.
And so what do they do? They leave the hotel to go live in the car?
Yes. And we call this that we're revitalizing the homeless situation, and we say we don't want them in our parks, we don't want them here. Of course we don't, but what are we doing about it? Seriously. We pay thousands of dollars for somebody to research homelessness. Thousands, $50,000, $70,000 to research, be a
instead
research
of turning
analyst,
money to do something about it.
instead of using $50,000 to rehab a building on Palafox that has rooms, to turn it to a true homeless situation.
What percentage you say that the homeless is right here in Pensacola?
Oh, I think the biggest effect is most medical professionals, doctors, send their patients here for better movement of their limbs and stuff because the warm temperature, climate, and then now we don't have the program where prisoners get money to go back to where they came from, so they get stuck in Escambia County because they don't have money to get back to their family or wherever they came from.
So they're homeless as well.
They're homeless as well. So, and then we have the, like we said, the domestic violence situations, children that are running from molestation situations or bad homes. And so we wind up with people in cars, under bridges, in tunnels, in your backyard. You say you don't have the same problem in your backyard, but your lawnmower got stole because they're trying to feed their children. And so people say, I don't have drugs on my side of the street. I was in a neighborhood watch meeting and we bought two areas together. One side said, we don't have that drugs in our area. And I said, yes, you do. They stole your lawnmower to come over here and pay for the drugs.
Oh my God.
But we don't see the adverse effect of we're giving food to homeless people, not a house.
So it's been told to me that there are so many people that live, I hate to say it, in the woods.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's probably 130 people off of Palafox in the woods in one area. There's probably 70 people off the woods in Massachusetts. There's probably 67 known people off of Marlane Patricia Drive area. There's probably, and we say we're researching homeless, but yet we don't go to the woods. We don't go in the tunnel. We don't go under the bridge. We say we're going to set up something at Pensacola Civic Center and have the homeless come to us and sign a paper saying they're homeless. Not going to happen.
Oh my God.
That's real research.
That's she's getting upset now. That's research. Come on, do something about this.
Let's pay $50,000 for that.
I can understand. So, are you having much participation with the homeless to try to get homes? With the information that you have, how are they getting this information to move in the direction to make it better?
Well, I have been working with Mike at Washburn Center for years, Ashford Washburn Center. And recently, after I became homeless because of my house being smushed, I started building my own tiny home. It's an actual micro tiny home on wheels. So my goal is to be able to build these homes for less than $5,000 with all the essentials: kitchen, bathroom, sleeping area, storage.
Like the stuff I see on TV?
Yes. To be able to not only give this person a temporary home on a piece of land, which I'm trying to purchase land. We put them on the land. If once we get them established better, they then purchase their own land. We help them purchase land. Then they can move their house to their land.
On the little house.
The little house.
On the prairie.
On the prairie, and then future build them a larger home like in the Habitat situation. But we take that same situation and we as a community come together, and the person who's going to live there help build their house along with their children so that they could take pride in owning a home.
How do you handle it when you see a family and the children are in the cars? I mean, then they got to go to school. I mean, they got to get just the necessities of daily living.
Yes. Baby wipes, toiletries. People don't understand. We have our kids who we train well to go and pick on other students that don't have the same clothes and don't have the same shoes and don't smell the same. Yes, bullying is not nice at any age. But we don't think of the effects of how that child doesn't have a choice. They didn't choose to live in their house and their car. They would like to have a home. It's nice that we're giving them an apple. It's nice that we're giving them peanut butter and jelly.
Somewhere to lay their head.
And sometimes they don't have a knife to spread the jelly.
I gotcha. So what would be as we come to the top of the hour, what would you like to leave with the audience that's watching on how important it is to be a part of what you're doing?
I would say, next time you see a homeless person on the street, instead of looking at them and thinking, oh, they're druggy, they're an alcoholic, they're this, that. Think about yourself, one paycheck away. Most people are 3 paychecks away from being homeless, or 1 storm away from being homeless. And what can you do? What would you do if it was your mother, your sister, your brother, your child that was homeless? Would you give them an apple, or would you give them a room or a house?
Absolutely. Wow, that's a lot to think about. And Mr. Coach Fest,
yes, ma'am.
We're going to bring some smiles to this. Okay? I mean, your event's coming up here in a few weeks, and it's going to be absolutely fantabulous. That's my other word.
I like it.
And I just want you to talk to the audience about everything that's going on, and we're going to lead them to your page so they can be a part of it, and just bring out the entire culture on May 11th.
All right, everyone. So please come out on Saturday, May 11th, Mother's Day weekend. Bring your mama, your father, your sister, and your brother, and your friends too, down to Seville Square. We're going to have a great day. It's going to be a day of just really just bringing the whole community together, just uplifting and celebrating each other. We're going to have a great time throughout the day. Starting out at 10 o'clock, we're going to have a whole bunch of different forms of live entertainment, vendors, food trucks, and just overall, when I say live entertainment, I mean art, music, dance, poetry, fashion, everything. Yeah, belly dancing. We're all just kind of coming together, just celebrating each other. And don't leave. Bring your lawn chairs, your blankets, everything. Just come hang out with us. And then that nighttime, we're going to have Films for the Culture Film Fest. It's going to be a great time. We'll be showcasing short films from different filmmakers from across the Gulf Coast and community. You will be well entertained. I've seen some of the films, and they are entertaining. Yeah, we just, like I said, want to come out and just really just support and celebrate. And just think that because you come out that you can't participate. We are also in need of volunteers. So if you are interested, you or your organization are interested in volunteering, please also visit our website at GulfCoastCultureFest.com. It's a volunteer tab. You can sign up to be a volunteer there. You can be a vendor there. It's a vendor tab.
Everything they need is on that website.
And yeah, everything is there. Sponsorship as well. Also, real quick, I want to note that
got 30 seconds.
Each year we want to spotlight a different nonprofit organization. This year we're spotlighting We Reign Sickle Cell, so a portion of the proceeds will be going towards this organization to help spread awareness about sickle cell in the Gulf Coast community.
Amen. Absolutely. I want to thank you guys for coming by.
Thank you.
Thank you for all this information. And as I leave you every day, my dear friends, never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember, keep God first in whatever you do, and I'll guarantee you this, you're going to be a total success. So until tomorrow, for another day of nothing but sunshine, all you've got to do is remember this. If you keep him first, I can guarantee you're going to be a total success. So until then, my friends, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep right on shining. Tell somebody else that you love them. Bye for now.